Youth Hockey Hub presents Friday Night Ice. Brought to you by Luther Automotive. Top teams facing off in big games under the lights. Friday Night Ice, the state of hockey's brightest tradition.
They're fun because you know.
It was there. It's like you now. I got the internal like.
Past 4 seasons, perhaps no Metro team in Class A girls high school hockey has been as consistent as the Orono Spartans. Since 2022, the Spartans have been to 4 consecutive state tournaments, the only Twin Cities area team to do so in that time frame, and have advanced to the semifinal round in all 4 trips. Like all teams in the midst of an extended run of success, the Spartans have developed a secret sauce that helps separate them from the rest of the pack.
I would say this year we definitely have a younger team, but I feel like we play together really well. We've also had a lot of girls step up into like some leadership roles.
Honestly, like chemistry and just like being a tight-knit team, because if we're not like together, it's not gonna show that on the ice.
In addition to embracing the details that make them a state tournament mainstay, the Spartans have also run into the same obstacles that befall talented teams, including the need to replace productive veteran players due to graduation or transfer, while maintaining at least a modicum of patience as new players adjust to high-level hockey.
Definitely this past week's just been focusing on the little things like details and just coming together as a team and just like being gritty and just having fun.
I think just having more depth in our roster in past years, but I think that a lot of younger players have been stepping up this year and making a big difference.
To date this season, the Spartans have lost 9 games, more than in any other regular season since beginning their annual pilgrimages to downtown St. Paul.
It's definitely just being like a vocal leader and being here for my teammates and just showing the grit and like determination that, yeah, we have lost some games, but we can get through it and like just come together when it matters most.
In my opinion, I don't really care what our record is. I mean, just everything that comes up to sections.
I think that we know that the only thing that matters is playoffs, and so we're just kind of looking forward in the season and just going game by game.
It's all about preparing for playoff time.
Just like their team's namesake, the battle-hardened Spartans Those that have grown up in the program and are now wearing leadership letters are taking every challenge in skating stride.
I've learned how to play with different kinds of players and how to face adversity and get through things when it doesn't always feel easy.
I would say I've got to learn from some really great leaders of what to do and then also what not to do and just what makes a team great.
In life, we all need a little help to reach our summit. Whatever your summit looks like, it's easier to reach when your body is strong and healthy. At Summit Orthopedics, our team of highly specialized physicians listens to and values every one of our patients. We take a conservative approach to care to get you back to your healthy and active lifestyle. Reach your summit. Summit Orthopedics. Visit summitortho.com to make an appointment today.
Brewpub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brewpub Latza Matza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brewpub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brewpub Latza Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
Welcome back, everybody. That was so much fun to catch up with those Orono gals. Now let's learn a little bit about Warroad, the number 2 team in Class A. Tony, 4 consecutive trips to the Class A state title game last year. Came up just a little bit short in overtime against Dodge County, did the Warriors.
It's an anomaly to get that 4-peat, and they were this close. Double overtime, single overtime against the Wildcats. This is a special team, though, coming back as he's got for the Warriors for sure this year. We saw him in Roseau last week. We know what they're capable of.
We do know what they're capable of. Maybe not winning by as much as Warrior fans might be used to in past seasons, but the talent is still there on the ice.
No doubt about it. This team, it's not just like a one-line team. They're 3 lines deep, and they got the best goalie in the state, if not one of the top 3.
3 top lines and a fabulous goaltender, and they're doing their best to forget about that Dodge County loss. Let's check in with the gals from Warroad.
In the place known as Hockeytown, USA, one of Minnesota's most well-known girls hockey powers has set a near impossible standard of excellence. In the last 16 years, the Warroad Warriors have hoisted 5 state championship trophies, including a rare run of 3 consecutive titles in 2022, 2023, and 2024. In 2025, Warroad's bid for a historic 4-peat came to a halt after a lengthy official review in overtime of the state title game, which awarded the game-winning goal to Dodge County. Almost a year later, the memories of that loss still live in the competitive corners of the Warriors' hearts and minds.
I don't think about it that often anymore, but right afterwards, I think that's all I really thought about when I went to school or when you'd come back for open ice and stuff like that, but I don't think about it as much as I used to.
Every day. Every day at practice when we're having a rough day or we're doing good even, it all goes back to the Dodge County overtime loss, kind of. Everything we do is trying to get us back to that game and trying to redeem ourselves.
After coming just a single goal short of setting a state record with 4 consecutive championships, the Warriors have recommitted themselves to their hardworking ethos during the 2025-2026 season.
It's definitely devastating. It's nothing that any team wants to experience, especially after it could have been a record broken in the state tournament. So that's obviously upsetting, but just working hard, I think, is what we've been doing.
After being burned by a loss, sometimes the best remedy is to simply holster up your guns and run straight back into a bonfire of tough opponents. To date, the Warriors have taken on some of the state's top teams, including Proctor Hermantown, Andover, and Bemidji, among others.
I think any game against a top 10 team is really similar to how it feels to play at state. Like our game against Breck, that was really fun, and our game against Holy Family, that was super fun. Like the games that are tight and against good teams like that, that's as close as you'll get, I think.
On a special edition of Friday Night Ice, the Warriors will battle the defending Class 2A state champions, the Hill-Murray Pioneers. If you ask the Warriors themselves, they're more than ready to meet the challenge ahead.
I think I'm really excited to play them. They're just a great team, and it'll be really good competition for us and just show where we stand.
We really enjoy, we play our best when we play the good teams like Hill Murray. So I think just the week leading up to these games is going to be really fun for us. Our practices are always really good, and we just know how to get ourselves ready. We work hard and we get in the right mindset.
The primary cause of snowblower injuries is trying to get the snow and ice unjammed when the snowblower gets clogged.
Where people get into trouble is they shut it off, they think that it's safe now to put their hand in the chute, and then inevitably the fan blades that shoot the snow out are what cause all the injuries.
Snow and ice is gonna clog up the snowblower, but the simplest way to clear that is with a stick.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
Having the same problem, Joe. And here's Joe.
Over the line and trying to get past the defender on that side, and winds up taking it around behind. To the left point it goes, and now down in the circle as it's played down deep. And players from both teams will play for it down on the wall. Behind the net, it's picked up by Kate Johnson for Warroad to the near side past Reese and comes out to center ice. But there's a race for it now. Reese gaining and comes into the zone. Now the puck picked up by Emmy Hardwick on the wall, number 10. And around on the far side. Hardwick is knocked down. We have our first penalty coming up after only a minute and 46 seconds of the game. It's going to go to Orono.
You talked about the surprise in net, Evelyn Antitenko, the niece of head coach Paul Antitenko, in the net today for the Spartans, and you say she's got no stats, so this will be her first start of the year, right?
Well, it's the first moment of the year that Davey Anderson has not been in net, so yes.
First missed start of the season.
Lopez.
Might be you gotta think it's some kind of injury.
Well, she's on the bench.
Yep, I know. I saw her before the game. I know she's not off the ice, that's for sure.
And Antonenko gets the baptism of fire here, making a save. Warroad's power play 31%, just under it, 16. Up the slot.
Markalka's the shooter. She loves shooting the puck. She will get 10 shots toward the goal today. I'm not saying they all hit the goal, but she'll have 10 on goal.
Okay, we'll watch for it. Now on to Antonenko in goal, and we'll get a face-off.
Check. Do you got numbers on the Warroad power play? You just announced them. What is their numbers?
That's 31%. Yep.
Yeah, that's consistent with teams that win state championships. You're over 30%. It's a really good marker for a team that you'll see in the Final Four. Not a lot of teams go that far north of 30% that don't have a lot of success.
Puck in the circle now, picked up and cleared and held at the line by Markalka, as you mentioned. Likes to shoot that puck and is in a good spot on the power play to do that. Now on the right side, Warroad will pick it up. And here is Markalka high in the slot, closes, and that shot goes off the defender on that side, Anderson. And now picked up by Orono, and they will clear it the length of the ice.
Not a good start for the Warroad power play. I don't even think they've gotten a puck through yet. And if it has, it's been kind of a weak shot.
Now played to the high slot. Now Warroad setting up again. Lydia Filing, 22, pass and a shot from center point right on. And then cleared. And back forward is Lee for Warroad. We're down to 20 seconds to go in the Warroad power play. Now played around behind the net. Now picked up and played on out to center and over the line. Albrecht closing and centering, and they score! Short-handed goal! How about that? With 2 seconds left in the power play, it's a short-handed goal, and Orono has the lead.
It all started with an unbelievable dangle by Albrecht. Just walked the defender. You'll see right here, and that's what ignited it. She got by, turned it into a 2-on-1, and backdoor promptly past Raleigh, and the Spartans take a 1-0 lead.
And it's Lily Logan scoring her first goal of the season.
That's a first varsity puck there. Look at that. Yes, that puck goes. That's her first varsity goal.
Well, there you go.
What a moment for her. Unbelievable play by Albrecht to get it all started.
So Albrecht gets the first assist, or the only assist more than likely on that goal. We'll wait for the official. Now Albrecht again over the Warroad line, lost possession, and they picked up and played around behind the net. 12:58 to go in the first period. A shorthanded goal for Orono. So they are 1-for-1 on Warroad's power play. Okay, here comes Warroad over the line, and Heron brings it in there offside, so we'll get a face-off out of neutral ice, 12:38 to go in the opening period. Now played back into the Orono zone from the face-off after it's Sydney Anderson, and there's a centering pass from the wingboards that comes right onto the goaltender, and Antonenko makes the save. 1-0 Orono. Logan's first goal shorthanded from Albrecht at 3:45 is the way the score sheet will read officially. Face-off coming up to Antonenko's right in the Orono zone, and up the slot it comes. And a shot off the traffic in front, picked up, and Orono's Bengtson will clear, and that's going to go the length of the ice, and that will be icing. Back we go with a face-off with 12:18 now to go in the opening period. As you can see on the screen says 12:17, so that's what we're going to go with.
Yeah, it's close enough, right?
It's close enough. It's 1 second, but we like to be accurate in these things.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, though.
Face-off to the right. Warroad chasing the game early.
I don't think that Orono's goaltender, Antonenko, has really seemed out of place at all out here. She seems very comfortable controlling the puck well in the first 5 minutes.
All right, Filing from the left point plays it down, and they'll chase it there. Carly Kalbrenner for Warroad plays it around behind the net, too far for Hardwick over to the other side, and now controlled by Rauch for Orono. Rink-wide pass to the near side, and Peck over skates, but they carry on. And over the line, here's a shot and a glove save. It was headed wide from Gabby Lopez, and we'll get a face-off in the Warroad zone.
Save made by Peyton Raleigh, 2025 YHH Goalie of the Year. And after being announced that award, she had made her commitment to the University of Minnesota and play goaltender next fall. Or this fall, actually.
Goals
We're in
against average has already gone up. It came in at 0.95.
Yeah. But very slightly it would go up, yes.
16-3. 8 shutouts, 94.6 save percentage coming in, but they trail at the moment as Orono plays it in. Rauch will go into the left corner and play it ahead. It's going to be held at the right point by Markoka. Here's a shot, and it's right on. Antonenko makes the save. And we'll get another face-off in the Orono zone as we move on in the first period of our first game. Hill Murray 17-2, Bemidji 14-3 will square off at 3:30, and then we figure out how to get home in the snow.
Bemidji's lost 2 of their 3 games this week, in the last week, so should be they're looking to get fresh from that game the last 2 weeks.
Albrecht threw it in front, a little bit too far there for Sophie Anderson as the puck goes off to the wall. And the Warriors pick it up, and out to center it comes. But again, Lauren Albrecht is there, and Albrecht goes down.
That should have been a penalty there on French. That could have produced a big goal-scoring opportunity for the Warriors.
As Albrecht shoots it
in. They've had the shots, but not the opportunities. You agree with that?
I do. And Orono took advantage of the one that they got, and now they ice the puck. So we'll go back the other way with 10:47 now to go in the opening period.
That's often what hockey's all about. You know, each team gets 30 shots. It's like, how good are the opportunities and how well are you good at taking advantage of them?
Face off to the right of Antonenko. And Kalbrenner on for Warroad to take this draw. Puck picked up and now fed to the left point, and Regan Haley plays it down. Behind the net, Halverson lost it at the right edge, and Warroad with a chance to try to cycle back out again. Comes to the near side, and here's Kalbrenner with it. 26 points for Kalbrenner. Now played in front, tipped wide by Reese, and now to the right point. And it's Kate Johnson playing it down the wall. Here's Hardwick. And now another shot by Johnson, and that deflects wide of the goal. Hardwick again. Warroad getting good zone time here, but again, as you say, Tony, really not a good look at goal here. Now a centering pass picked off in front. And Orono is able to lug that puck to center ice. Mackenzie Felton will carry over the line, number 24, and then lost it trying to penetrate. Pass down the left is too far for Reese, and Warroad is now charged with icing.
That's the first time we got a good chance to look at Kalbrenner and Reese. They've been playing hockey together for a long, long time. And we're going to go to break now for our lone media timeout for today's first period.
All right, timeout. 1-0.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
I think pain that moves around, that's migratory, like, gosh, I was sore here for a couple days and now I'm sore here for a couple days. Like, migratory pain seems to be less concerning and less serious. Something that's persistent, pain that lasts more than 2 weeks, pain that seems to be resistant to other things like ice, rest, that's concerning. And anything that makes you limp is not okay. There's something wrong if you're limping. If you can't bear your own body weight on your legs, something's not right.
Now you look at the Warroad bench. Presumably nonplussed by falling behind 1-0, but they haven't been behind much this season, 16-3 overall.
Yeah, I had a chance to. I've seen Orono last week, and I saw Warroad last week, so I'm very familiar with these teams. The one thing that jumps out of both of them, they're very good skating teams. Very good skating team. They put pressure on the opponent's defenders like we saw in that first goal with their speed.
Face-off coming up to the left of the Warroad goal. And Orono wins the face-off. They'll play it down. Sydney Christian behind the goal. They are led by Lopez in scoring with 24 points. And she also leads them in goal scoring with 13 as Christian takes it behind the net but lost possession. Centering pass hits the back of the net. So Christian gets another try at it. Goes around on the far side and Lopez. And that's deflected on its way out of the zone. Lawrenson picks it up and now it's taken out to neutral ice, and here is Orono at center, Lillian Peck. Going to play it in, and that's broken up. Rink wide, Michaela Lee out to center ice. Now Peck again. I will play it into the Warroad zone to the left, and they'll go back behind the goal with it, and Lee once again. Warroad will try the near side this time as Brecky plays it, and that's going to be brought back in offside by Albrecht as she wasn't able to beat Lopez coming out of the zone. We'll get a face-off at neutral.
A little personal note here. Lauren Albrecht and Gabby Lopez. I don't know how it works out in the family tree, but I believe they are at least first cousins, maybe second cousins out there today. That's always fun to watch. And then Lily Peck, you've talked about her brother Trey Peck just committed to the to West Point Army this in the last 2 weeks, and he's playing in the BCHL right now. So congratulations to Trey on his commitment to the country and commitment to your hockey career, future in your hockey career.
Must be nice to be the coach at Army. You know that everything you tell your cadets to do, they're going to do.
They will do it. Off the ice, that's for sure. On the ice, you never know.
Yes.
Right?
On the ice is negotiable, right? So now loose along the near boards. Albrecht tries to backhand it out. They go rink wide to the far side, and there's a battle for it there. Finally picked up by Anthony for Warroad. It comes right back out to center ice. And Warroad will work in a pass to the near side, and French opts to wait and then shoots it in. They're finishing a change. And now behind the goal, Lang to the far side, and Felton tries to tip it out of the zone, and finally it comes to the left side, and Anderson will pick it up. That's Sophie Anderson. Sydney Anderson is 19, and now the puck goes behind the net. Lang takes it to safety, playing a little fast and loose there as the puck comes banked off the glass into the Warroad zone where it's controlled finally by Haley. And now Haley will go up the wing there for Reese, who tips it on to the Orono line. Christian, bank pass to center ice, a hair too far for Felton, and they'll play catch with it in the Warroad zone. A long pass to center ice, relayed in by Reese. And now behind the net, Halverson for Orono, near side Christian. Up the boards, one touch pass there from Stella Bengtson, and it comes on out to center. And Warroad will shoot it back in. 7:17 to go, first period. And here is Sydney Christian going back behind the net with it for Orono, which leads 1-0. And now here's Bengtson with a breakout at center ice. Bengtson over the line, tries to drag the puck around the defender Haley, and she's not playing those reindeer games as Johnson picks it up behind the net. Now fed up the boards and out as a headman pass for Brecky. They come over the line. Player is on the left. Brecky throws it across, looking there for Hardwick, and it didn't connect. And out to center it comes, finally played back in by Filing, and now we get an offside call with 6:45 left.
As long as we're playing the family tree game, you're going to like this one.
Okay, lay it on me.
Olivia Anthony, the leading scorer for Warroad. Her father, Nick, played hockey at the University of Minnesota, and her uncle, Keith Ballard, is also. So Jess Ballard married Nick Anthony, so you got some pretty good hockey genes with Olivia Anthony. She's got an older brother Dom as well, who I'm sure is riveted to the website today, watching his little sister play down at Shattuck St. Mary's.
Centering pass in front and fanning on it, Lawrenson, but Warroad's able to keep control. Filing from the left point, shoots, missed the net to the near side. The carom picked up now by Lopez, and here comes Orono back to center ice, 2 against 2 with back pressure over the line, and it's taken right to the net, but along the way, Lopez went for a slide, and we'll get a face-off.
Yeah, Filing took out Lopez on the deke. She lost possession of it, and they got tangled, we'll call it, in front of the nets.
You're not supposed to finish your checks at this level.
You know what? They're letting more and more go in the girls / women's game. I feel like we're watching that kind of the game evolve on the women's / girls side, don't you?
I think that's true. I mean, and that's a real good observation. They are letting, as the kids' athleticism improves and improves and improves, and there's a shot that goes wide by Anthony, by the way. I think you see more of it, and in order to let players play, sometimes you have to do that.
I found it interesting. I'll talk to you at the break. It's a good observation on that topic.
Now, Anthony, along the far boards, plays it down behind the net, and that's French. 32 points on the season. That pass is intercepted, and out to center. Here comes Logan, the goal scorer. Shoots it in, and then heads back to the bench as Orono gets a change. 5.5 minutes to go in the first period. Long pass to center ice, and it's picked back out and shot in by Felton, who chases after it. Now controlled by Regan. And Regan now to the near side for Felton. And into the zone, but denied at the blue line. Now Christian over to the far side, and that is played in, but right there to pick it up is Markalka for Warroad. Plays it out on the near side, and it's loose against the wall. Now it comes to the right point. Christian feeds the high slot, and a move there by Regan closing in. Regan takes a shot, didn't get through. Nice idea, but just too many bodies in front of the net as the puck comes out to center ice, and then it's Christian banking it right back in, which will allow Orono to change all 5. 4:43 to go, first period. Long pass up the near wing, and Reese will tip it on in, and that's broken up by Lang. And now here comes Orono back over the line. Here's a shot that was headed wide, and a glove catch made off the stick of Lillian Peck, and we'll get a face-off in the Warroad zone. We don't have the shot board on here, so we can't
No, it's going to have to
that.
make it up. We'll figure it out after the period break. We'll get it from the PA announcer. What I was saying, I had a chance to referee some college women's hockey this summer. And I rarely, as my staff that we were refereeing these games that I worked with, we rarely called anything. And I remember the college women players. These are Division I, Gophers, Badgers, Beavers, you name it. They're out there on the ice. They want to play a very physical game. They weren't looking for protection from the referees. They wanted to, get after it a lot out there on the ice.
Rauch puts it in front. A bouncing puck finally swatted back out to neutral ice. And Christian again on the turn. Feeds the near side for Peck. And now played into the zone and played deep by Rauch. It'll wind up coming off the inboards and right onto the goaltender. And Peyton Rowley makes the stop. Under 4 minutes now to go in the opening period. It's been fairly pedestrian, I think. A couple of good teams kind of sorting each other out here.
Yeah, and the fact that let's point out some facts. There aren't a lot of fans in here, so it feels like it's just a little bit more slower paced. We don't have the fans to provide that energy for them. But you watch a lot of Division I women's games. They play them on the afternoons like this. This is the environment they'll play a lot of games in. So you're going to have to get used to it. Where you go to high school games, sometimes there's 200, 500, 700, 800 fans, maybe 1,000 fans at a game. This is a little bit different. You got to adjust, right?
Well, the weather
provide your own energy.
Yeah, hasn't been kind either.
Oh wow, it was not pretty out there. I'll tell you that.
How'd you like driving that sail up here this morning?
It was quite the. It was like sailing, exactly. It was. I'll tell you this: the one lane's obviously really hard. The 2 lane was a kind of a breeze, no pun intended.
Oh, our loyal driver, Lindsay Lawrenson, over the line. Brecky takes a shot, and Antonenko makes the stop. Has been letter perfect so far. Now a long pass is cut out at neutral ice by Lydia Feiling, who plays it back in. And Warroad tags up to take up the offside with 3 minutes plus to go in the first period. Brielle Halverson across the rink, and Heron is there for Warroad. Tries to come in front and can't get it past the defense. Now Orono will play to the left wing, and we're going to get a penalty. First one of the game on Warroad as Albrecht was dumped on her way into the zone.
Albrecht has been really good today. I mean,
Yes.
she causes a whole lot of problems for the defense of Warroad today. Obviously on the goal setup she had, but she's also had some good plays, both with her speed and with her tenaciousness in the corners.
14 minutes the time, tripping on Lee, and Orono's power play, which is at 20.8%, 11 out of 53.
Now that's not state championship numbers, Jeff. I mean, you have to be.
Oh, a giveaway and a shorthanded goal. So both teams have scored on the other's power plays. And the replay on this, I think, might surprise you a little bit, Tony. Taylor Reese getting a freebie.
I think she was clearing the puck and just intercepted it, right?
I think, well, take a look. I was looking down at my sheet, and I came up and I saw it. Here's the replay.
Oh, Lord.
Well, you learn the...
wow.
The lesson learned there is never clear the puck in front of your own net, but that's...
That is the easiest goal that Taylor Reese will ever score in her life.
That is
and she
freebie.
scored a lot of them, let me tell you.
11th goal of this season for Reese. Unassisted officially. There's a shot that's turned away by Antonenko. Anthony, as Warroad goes to work on this penalty kill. Each team has scored a shorthanded goal in this first period.
I commented how calm Antonenko appeared in the first 8 to 10 minutes of the game. Now that she's made a very recognizable mistake, will she be able to recover mentally? I know physically she can play. Can she recover mentally from this?
This is a good question for Olivia King.
Yes, it would be.
I think it would be as we find out. Now they're going to ice the puck. Orono will, as Logan brings it in and shoots it in from her own side of the red line. 2:13 to go in the first period, but not a good goal to, and the play's in front of you too, which makes it even more frustrating.
Speaking of Olivia King, she's here today. She will be downstairs with one of the coaches. I'm going to go find out while the game's going on here which coach we're going to be interviewing between periods. Hold on one second. Go ahead.
Okay,
Jeff.
so it's going to be your guess is as good as mine as the puck comes out to center ice. And the Warriors will play up the near wing, but it'll be intercepted there by Christian for Orono. Rink-wide pass to the far side, comes out to center, and kicked ahead. Finally picked up by Warroad and cleared up the near wing, and here they come as Reese plays it on into the zone and goes around behind the net. Centering pass, loose at the left edge. Antonenko makes one stop on Kalbrenner, and the puck comes out to center. Then shot back into the Orono zone, and now here's Peck on the far side, and Peck will carry it to center ice. Now over the line, Peck takes a shot, blocker save, rebound, backhand shot, and it just went wide with 20 seconds remaining in the power play as Albrecht missed an open side as the puck comes on to Raleigh, and we'll get a face-off with 17 on the power play and 1:16 left in the first period.
Peck made that whole thing happen, right? Made a couple nice dekes in the neutral zone, got a good shot on Raleigh, and the puck came loose. And Albrecht, who we've talked a bunch about already, almost had her second big point of the game.
Face-off to the left of Peyton Raleigh. And a face-off win for Orono. And a shot. Rebound comes loose in front as the first shot taken by Lang in the high slot. Now here comes Warroad back over the line. Olivia Anthony gets some space, takes the shot, scores! A second short-handed goal in his power play, and Anthony picks a top corner to make it 2-1 Warroad. Boy, that's a beautifully placed shot.
You can see now why she's the top scorer on this team. She just cuts to the middle, takes her time, walked in, found her spot, bang, bar in. Double bar in. You don't see that very often, Jeff. Hit both bars and went in the net. Crazy shot, crazy goal for the Warriors.
1 minute left in the period, and two shorthanded goals on the same power play. And now back into the Warroad zone as it comes out to center ice. And here is Anthony over the line. Goes down and plays it back. Let's get the announcement. And they've just named the wrong person as the goal scorer, so we're going to have to wait on this one. As the puck comes out to center ice, and here's a race for it over the line. Here come the Warriors in again. Here's a shot, good move, and a goal for Jaylee French. And with 16 seconds to go, it's 3-1.
Well, don't leave Jaylee French open. She will make you look silly. In that case, she got around the D with her speed and then beat Antonenko with a beautiful backhand forehand slide across. And the Dartmouth commit is now on the score sheet.
Face off with 15 seconds to go.
Jaylee had her 150th career point last week in their win over Roseau.
Unassisted for French, 16:44. I don't know if any of their goals were assisted.
Well, we know Reese's wasn't, for sure.
No, and that's the end of the first period. Puck off to the far boards, and a disastrous last 3 minutes for Orono as Warroad scores 3 times, twice shorthanded, and they lead it by 3-1 after the first period of play. And your thoughts on this, Tony?
Well, it should be fun. It looks like our media guy, I think we got blown off there. Coach Antonenko just stormed off to the locker room. I don't know what happened there, but we will not do. We're coming back after a break. Oh, we're going to go to Izzy now. Okay. We're going to go downstairs to David Marvin with with Olivia King. Yes.
Here we go.
We're going Olivia King and Izzy Marvin downstairs when we get connected here.
All right, so 3 goals in the last 3 minutes of the period. Reese shorthanded, Anthony shorthanded, and French brilliant, but not shorthanded. Now we're ready to go, and we'll go downstairs for our first intermission.
King here with Warroad head coach Izzy Marvin. After the first period of this game, it is a 3-1 game against Orono. Your team scored 3 uncontested goals in the last few minutes of the period. How are you feeling going into the second?
Well, we hated to give that one up on the power play early on. I like that it didn't affect us too much. Their goaltender gave Taylor a nice one there, and then I thought Olivia made a great shot on a little crisscross, and then Frenchie with a great deke there is a good last few minutes of the period for us.
Definitely. Talk to me a little bit more about French.
Well, she's super skilled. She's got the high end skill, and we had her kill, and then she can make a play like that, out muscles a defenseman and goes in and makes a real good move. So that's what we expect, and that's what she's capable of.
What will be your message here before the second period to keep them motivated?
Maybe a little cleaner with our D and getting it up ice more. I think we got a lot in the tank. We got our third line didn't get out there as much as we want to get them out there, and so we got a lot more. We gotta, and they'll push back, and we got to be ready for that.
Well, thank you so much, Coach. We'll be back here with Friday Night Ice after a word from our sponsors.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
Brewpub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half-pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brewpub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
Stress fractures in the foot. Generally, the pain is on the top of the foot. There may or may not be much in the way of swelling, but there's usually tenderness, meaning that if you push on the area, it is sore to touch. So if you've had a change in activity, been doing a little bit more and developed pain that hurts when you walk or certainly hurts more when you try to run on it, that's concerning for a stress fracture. Sometimes those can be seen on x-ray, sometimes it requires an MRI to decide whether or not there is a stress fracture there.
Kids grow up wanting to play hockey for their hometown. Entire communities support and cheer for the home team. Here in Minnesota, hockey and home are interconnected. If you're looking for a home builder that shares your passion for hockey, look no further than the official home partner of the Minnesota Wild, Custom One. Visit CustomOneMN.com to learn more. Custom One, home comes first.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back up to the booth. One period in the books. Warroad with a 3-1 lead over Orono. Tony Scott from the Bird's Nest. What'd you see with those peepers?
I saw when the penalty comes to your team, decline the penalties. Like, no, we don't want to go because we want to keep the score even. How many shorthanded? 3 out of the 4 goals in that period were shorthanded.
I believe 3 out of the 4 were shorthanded.
2-1 shift for Warroad. What an unbelievable set of circumstances. Orono's cruising along, 1-0, keeping Warroad at bay, and all of a sudden, the Warriors just came out of the sky and just took over.
Yeah, a little bit of a scoring summary here. Lily Logan opens the scoring for Orono. A beautiful play. Her first varsity goal on a gorgeous assist by Lauren Albrecht. 3 goals right after that one for Warroad by Taylor Reese, Olivia Anthony, and Jaylee French. Your usual suspects for the Warroad Warriors.
Yeah, talk about Taylor Reese's goal. That's one that you won't see one like that ever. Yeah. The goaltender thought she had the play made and it just basically tapped it right onto Taylor's stick. And I said during the broadcast, that's the easiest goal in Taylor's life, and Taylor scored a lot of goals. We can attest to that, correct?
She has. I looked up. I was sitting just above you. I looked up, and all of a sudden I saw an open net, and Taylor Reese had the puck, and I thought, that's not the way that's supposed to go.
No, I thank goodness for our crack crew, the video crew, because I missed it too. Thank goodness for that, because I only saw it on the replay as well.
The shots on goal in the first period, 15-8 in favor of the Warriors, and if you have two eyeballs, you could see they maintained more time with the puck, more time in the offensive zone, more shots, more goals, more everything as the period went on.
My take is they're the more composed team. Even when they were down to 1-0, I didn't feel like they were rattled at all. I felt even with the lead, Orono was a little bit rattled.
See, I would agree with you, but I honestly thought Orono might have a step. I felt they had to score first. They had to get on the board first. They did so, but to give up a goal like that, that's a heartbreaker.
The goal they scored was amazing. Lauren Albrecht's move around the D and her pass across the slot was fantastic. It was second to none. I thought that before the 3-goal onslaught, I thought Lauren Albrecht was the best kid on the ice today.
I wouldn't disagree with that one. We'll take a look at the second period right after a word from our sponsors.
The primary cause of snowblower injuries is trying to get the snow and ice unjammed when the snowblower gets clogged.
Where people get into trouble is they shut it off, they think that it's safe now to put their hand in the chute, and then inevitably the fan blades that shoot the snow out are what cause all the injuries.
Snow and ice is going to clog up the snowblower, but the simplest way to clear that is with a stick.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
Thank you, folks, for sticking with us. We do want to give our sponsors a shout out. Without our sponsors, none of this would be possible. The gorgeous van that we drove up this morning from Bloomington, Minnesota, not possible without our sponsors. The McDonald's run, not possible without our sponsors. Tony, tell us a little bit about our sponsors.
Our sponsors for this event, there's so many of them, you can't lose track. I've seen Custom One, Gemini, obviously Luther's the title sponsor for this event. What we would do without Luther's support of Hockey in Minnesota, where we can bring live stream games free, not just here today, but for our tournaments, for our events all over the state that we are able to cover. Thanks to Luther for all their massive help with us putting all of this on today.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Some keys for the second period. Tony, we were talking off camera a little bit. You seem to have some keys here for more for Orono than for Warroad.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're down by 2 and you got to be more aggressive. They have the skill level, in my opinion, to skate with Warroad. Even without Alex Christian, I believe that they have the skill level to hang with them. And I think strategically, not that I'm Coach Antinko by any stretch,
You're not nearly as handsome.
strategically, you need to, no question about that. Strategically, once they get the puck below the hash, below the dots, they have to be more aggressive on their forecheck. It feels like they only have one, and they're hoping to catch them in a trap. I don't think the trap's going to work on the skilled forwards of Warroad. I think what would work is a harder and more intensified forecheck for the Spartans here in the second period.
If you'll allow me to piggyback just for a moment, maybe less timid. It felt as though even some of the dump-ins were kind of badminton shuttlecocks being lofted into the offensive zone. If you're going to dump the puck in, dump it in hard. If you're going to shoot the puck, shoot it hard.
I agree. I feel like they just need to be more assertive in their entire play here.
Yeah, we do not have Viv Anderson in net for the Orono Spartans. Not only is she one of the captains, she is a fantastic netminder. The defense for Orono is going to have to pick up Evelyn Antonenko, facing her first opponent of the season. What do you think the Orono defenders can do to pick Evelyn up after a bit of a rocky start?
Well, they're going to have to do what they did in the first half of the period. They did a great job of protecting Evelyn, I thought. And I thought she looked great athletically in the game. The big question is, can she recover mentally from that rocky last half of the first period? Spit that one out, huh?
And can the rest of the team recover after a goal like that? You hate to see a miscue lead to a goal, and I didn't look directly at the Orono bench, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a couple of heads go like this, a couple of shoulders go like this.
It's human nature, right?
There are still 2 periods to play, ladies. You're right there. You get 1 on a power play, you're within a goal.
Do you think we could see Vivian Anderson in the second or third period today?
I do not think so. In the middle of the regular season, I don't think so.
Okay, I'm just curious. Maybe not. But how much can Evelyn take? I mean, if they get a 5 or 6 goal lead, someone's got to come in and help her out.
Well, there is another goaltender on the bench, Daviana. I knew I was going to get the pronunciation right.
You can just call her Davy. That's
Davy,
okay. That's what
Davy
her
Anderson
parents call her.
is also on the bench. So this is the time, though, as teams get deeper and deeper into the season, they might want to mix in a different goaltender every now and again, just
Correct.
in case the established starter goes down.
I definitely like the move, for sure.
I don't mind the move. As for Warroad, keep doing what you're doing. Keep getting your pucks to your playmakers. Jaylee French can score from anywhere. Olivia Anthony can score from anywhere. Keep feeding the beast.
Can she ever? Olivia Anthony, both those 2 goals by their top scorers were signature goals for them. If they're going to go back in their highlight reel for the year, they're going to both go, do you remember that Bemidji game where I walked the D and then made a great move on the goalie? Do you remember that one where I went bar in? Yeah, those are great games. So we got to see those in the first period. It's just in 17 minutes. What's in store for us for the next 34? I'm excited for that, Peter.
Now, defensively for Warroad, I thought the Warriors did an excellent job of picking off these sort of 100-foot passes that Orono was trying right through the middle of the zone. Lydia Filling, I believe her first name is Lydia. She picked off a couple. That was a fantastic job of defense for the Warriors.
From memory, when I had black hair,
Greg, it cut over to the
Second.
The primary cause of snowblower injuries is trying to get the snow and ice unjammed when the snowblower gets clogged.
Where people get into trouble is they shut it off, they think that it's safe now to put their hand in the chute, and then inevitably the fan blades that shoot the snow out are what cause all the injuries.
Snow and ice is gonna clog up the snowblower, but the simplest way to clear that is with a stick.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. you can do it all.
I'm back at the Sanford Center in Bemidji as Orono takes the ice for the second period, and presumably a little bit of a talking to after the first, as Warroad came up with 3 goals in the last 3 minutes of that first period. Scoring open by Lily Logan, shorthanded at the 3:45 mark, but then shorthanded goals on the same power play from Taylor Reese and Olivia Anthony. Made it 2-1, and then a goal by Jaylee French with 16 seconds to go in the period. And that's where we stand 3-1 after the first period. They don't have a shot board running here, so we can't tell you how that went. But we can say that Orono played a very good first 14 minutes of the period, and then Warroad caught them on the hop and showed why they're one of the best teams in the state. And they lead at 3-1 after the first period. And there you look at Warroad huddling up for the second period. Of course, the teams will change ends in the second and attack towards their benches. Jeff Pappas with you. Tony Scott is away for the first part of this period. We hope to get him back by the end of it, but there's a possibility that we'll just wait and see. Face off to get things underway, and Evelyn Antonenko heading back into goal for Orono after a good start to the period and some lessons learned in the later part of it, though to be fair, Anthony's shot was unstoppable. There wasn't much that could be done about that. Now play at center ice from the face-off, and Warroad will claim possession. French plays it across to the left, and it's played in by Anthony. And goes back behind the Orono goal. Regan after it in the near corner. And then Regan tips it, trying to feed herself in the left corner, and now gets some help from Christian, who will take it up. And here comes Orono to center ice. Christian's pass to the right, swatted away. And now over the line, here comes Warroad Anthony. And that's broken up off to the far side. And here is Orono playing at the center. Albrecht getting it to Logan, who has their goal. It's shot in at an easy stop there for Raleigh. As the puck comes around to the near side, French. And it caroms out to center, and now the defender backing up, and here's a chance for Heron closing on a backhand centering pass, tipped wide in front by Anthony, and nearly a chance for Warroad to add a fourth here in the early part of the second period. And now they control, and circling back, there's Carly Brecky behind the goal, looking to center, hits the outside of the net, and Orono picks it up. Lopez to the far side. And Orono will bring the puck to center ice. Peck will play it in and then be ridden off by the defender on that side. Now a centering pass comes up the slot, bouncing on Sydney Anderson off to the right side now. And finally played beside the net. Centering pass comes to Anderson up the slot. That shot hits the traffic. And Warroad is able to play it rink wide to the near side. And this is Reese. Over the line, plays it in and then is shoved off by Brielle Halverson. And now pass up the middle for Lopez, and here comes Orono over the line. Lopez throws it across to the near side, and unable to get a stick on it is Rauch, and now it's back into the left corner. And Lee for Orono. Around behind the net, here's Filing for Warroad up the far boards. Christian can't play it, and now it comes back behind the Warroad net where Lee has it again. Banks off the boards for Hardwick, and out to center ice. Now back in over the Orono line they come. Lee will take it down behind the net and get to the far side, headed off there by Felton. The puck trickles up the boards, and Orono is able to clear to center ice. Lawrenson for Warroad. Now plays it around to the near side, and Brecky for Warroad will try to play it in deep, goes down, and is evidently on top of the puck. Now gets up, and puck fed to the circle where it's controlled by Felton. And now a rink-wide pass to center ice will bank into the Warroad zone. Markalka with it. And another bank pass will come out to center. And that one is going to...
I think that hit a ref.
I think it did. And it went back into the Warroad zone. Lee again up the near wing. Lawrenson, that's going to be icing. And we'll get a chance to take a break and say hello again to Tony. Back.
How are you doing today, Jeff?
I'm just fantastic. How about you?
I'm great. I've driven 3.5 hours and 4.5 hours in a windstorm. I went out on the Lake Bemidji in a recreational vehicle and nearly lost my life.
I saw the video of that.
Oh my gosh, crazy. I sent it to my family and said, "Are you okay?" It was that scary.
I saw some of that. I'm glad I didn't go.
We invited you.
You did, and I thought, you know what?
What a
probably
great decision by you.
Thank you. I make them once every decade or so. I like to write them down usually. Markalka behind the goal for Warroad, plays off to the far side for Anthony and can't get out. Now Hardwick in the left corner. Around to Markalka. And has trouble with the control there, and it's now picked up, and Sophie Anderson drops it back up the wall looking for Logan, and nothing doing there, but held in finally and played by Lang, and it goes rink wide to the far side. Hardwick. That was a wonderful job of driving, by the way. That cannot have been easy this morning, I will say that. And you bought me breakfast, so I think that it's something that really needs to be highlighted. Here's a centering pass that comes through for Heron, and it's knocked off to the far boards. And players from both teams in, dug out neatly by French. Top of the circle, and then French gets it back, and then fans on the shot. How about a third try? There it is, and it goes wide of the net. On the far side, French chases after it, now picks it up in the corner. Drops it back to the left point, and it gets past Haley and comes all the way back into the Warroad zone. 4 minutes gone here in the second period, and a 3-1 lead for the Warriors. Played back around on the near side and banked up the wall, and here comes Hardwick. Pass to center, and now breaking through. Here's Reese closing in. Reese scores, and it's 4-1. Second goal of the game for Reese, and it comes at 4 minutes, 27 seconds. It's 4-1 Warroad.
I have a lot of thoughts on this goal, but the most important thought is communication. I could hear from 25 rows up Taylor saying, "Here, here, here," and they got it to her, and she knew what to do with it once she got it.
Beat the goaltender's stick side, and now it's a 3-goal lead. Centering pass picked off, and here they come again. Another angled pass, and here's Lawrenson closing in. Lawrenson shooting, and a save made by Antonenko. As Warroad really carving open this Orono defense here with some precision passing.
Imagine that. I was going to say earlier in the game, Kalbrenner to Reese. Reese to Kalbrenner, it's like a cheat code in Class A hockey the last 5 years or whatever it's been. It's just, those two are just like peanut butter and jelly. Funny, as we were entering the building, I saw Carly and Taylor sneaking in the building early. They were so excited to be here to get this game underway.
Always nice to be first on the ice, right? As the puck picked up on the near side, and here comes Orono back. That's Elise Sween, number 17, to the far side, Christian. And now Christian will peel off and try to feed the puck up the boards. And Felton there to help. Now it comes in front, and Warroad is there to pick it off. And here's French again. Over the line, French drops it. And the Warriors take it around Anthony to the far side. To the left point, Hardwick. There's a shot right on, and a save made off the stick of Markalka from Evelyn Antonenko, making her 2026 debut for Orono in goal.
How's that scouting report on Markalka? She's shot it 7 or 8 times already today, and we're not even halfway through the game.
You know, we were discussing the goal by Reese.
First one or second one?
The short-handed goal.
Yes,
the one where there was the bad pass. And we talked about what was going through a goaltender's. Well, I asked Olivia between.
Really? What'd she say?
Yes, I did. She said the first thing you have to do is figure out a way to reset. And I said, well, how did you mean that? She said, well, for some goaltenders, it's the water bottle. For some, it's going for a skate.
Yeah.
For some, it's taking a deep breath. But you have to find that spot where you can get your head right back into what you're doing.
You know what I thought you were going to say? The first thing you got to do is figure out someone else someone to blame on that. If you could figure that out, you could probably run for president.
You could find a scapegoat. That's the. Oh boy! Behind the goal, Warroad again pushing Hardwick along the far boards, and now it's a 4-car pile up there. Players from both teams in, And now it'll wind up running to the right edge and finally played behind by Emery Lang for Orono, but they can't get out as Johnson from the right point tops a shot, and a pass up the middle for Logan does not connect. And Warroad's able to pick it up again.
Is that a golf reference there?
What's that?
He said tops a shot there, kind of like is that what he said? That's a great line. I'm gonna steal that one from
Okay, you go right ahead. That describes usually my fairway.
Yes, just topped it.
Just topped it. You know, you swing over it because you don't want to swing under it.
That was a great. I've
God
never used
forbid.
that one. Nice one.
You should get the ball in the air.
Tip my hat to you on that one.
Thank you.
I'm not even wearing a hat, but I'm tipping it to you.
All right, loose at neutral ice. And players from both teams scraping away at it along the boards. And finally, it's dug out. And here's Lopez. Over the Warroad line, Lopez works to the right. And then tries to put a move on her opposite number, Haley. Winds up coming around behind the net to the near side. Leaves it behind the goal. And now here's Peck. Again, back behind. And Orono will pick it up again. Rauch. And it's in skates now. Comes to the near side. And here's Lorenzen to help out. Playing it back the other way. And now controlled. And played out to center. And here's a 2-on-2. And a good pass. Lorenzen takes it on the backhand. Comes in over the line and then sweeps a centering pass. That has no taker in the center of the ice. Back behind the net, it's Lorenzen there, and losing out. Picked up by Regan behind the net for Orono. Up the middle, pass to Lopez. And Gabby Lopez will take it over the line. One against the world as the team is changing. Play it on goal, and Raleigh sticks it off to the near boards. And controlled now by Warroad's Heron in the corner. Now a centering pass, chance in the slot, and Bengtson couldn't get it to sit down, and it comes out to center.
Good pass by Felton, though.
You're still, generating.
Yes.
But something needs to go in for him. Obviously, from a score standpoint, but I think from a confidence standpoint too. After the way that period ended, here's French in the corner, drops it back to the left point. Markoka takes a shot, and through traffic, a good stop by Antonenko. And let's take a timeout here from Sanford Center in Bemidji. 4-1 Warroad on the Youth Hockey Hub.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
Back at the Sanford Center, there you look at the Spartans bench. And discussion going on there as we try to figure out a way to get back into this game. We just passed the halfway mark of regulation play, and it's 4-1. For Warroad with Tony Scott, Jeff Pappas joining you. We're happy to have you along here today on the Hub.
I was telling you at the break, Jeff, that the green empty seats kind of remind me a little bit of that big mausoleum that the girls play in for the state tournament, the Grand Casino Green, formerly the XL Energy Center. And it has that kind of feel today, where there's as many fans as you can get in the building. It just has that little bit of empty feeling, that green seat feeling. And I feel like it's good practice for these girls to play with TV timeouts, play with the empty seats a little bit different than your section final. It's good practice for these kids.
With the objective being to build intensity.
Yes.
You need to...
you got to do it yourself.
Right, you got to do it yourself. And Orono trying to find a way to the front of the net without success. The puck backhanded ahead. Christian trying to hold it, but it comes out to center. And Orono now will pick it up and play up the near wing as Albrecht tries to tip it in. Albrecht has, I think, been their best player so far.
Yeah, it's like Gabby Lopez. She's... they say they're cousins. I'm sure she's gotten the Marsha, like Gabby. And today is Lauren's game. Right?
Yeah. It's another way of putting it. Here's a chance down the wing, and Warroad breaking in again. A shot and a save made by Antonenko off Olivia Anthony. And That was a
great
good stop.
save.
Yep. And so that's the kind of thing that will lift your chin a little bit. And Regan starts ahead.
We got a new goaltender in there, number 1.
But we do. That's
Davey
right.
Anderson.
That's Davey Anderson. That's right. So.
Did they announce that, or she's coming at the period?
No, it was not. It must have been at the TV timeout because the second period started. One of the things I always do is check the goaltenders. And Antonenko started the second period, but got to about the 8-minute mark, and then they pulled her out.
Which is a fair half and half. Right?
Yes.
Play both goalies halfway.
Yep. So Anderson now will get a look and made a good stop on Anthony to start off the day. And now another shot is steered wide. And it's picked up by Rauch for Orono on the far side. And here's Lopez at center ice. Lopez puts it wide to the far side. Penalty coming, yes, as Anderson is heading towards the net. And hopefully for Orono, this one will go better than their last power play did. As they had trouble. You know, there's no other way to say it. 10:33.
You know what? If it's true, it's not mean, right?
Well, sometimes it's mean and true, and I don't say that to be mean, but
that's true. They let in 2 goals in 1 power play. Taylor Reese headed the box.
Looks like high
2
stick.
goals. Now she's got a penalty to go with it.
Second power play for Orono. Let's see if they have better results this time. And it's played behind the Warroad goal, a long pass to center ice, and there you go.
That was Anthony. 1 inch from being on Anthony's stick.
Yep. High sticking as the puck comes out and played right back in by Markalka. And they're going to dare Orono to rush the puck on them as Christian goes behind the goal. And
8th grader. Christian is
very impressive. Here is Albrecht over the line, leaves it for Christian. Now back down the wall for Albrecht, centering pass, and the forward in front had her stick tied up. That being Sophie Anderson. The puck now goes down, and here is Lopez behind the net. Lopez, Christian, puts it across, bounces once, and then a shot by Albrecht goes wide. And now Orono getting some zone time here as we come up on 1 minute to go on the power play. Cross-ice pass, a shot, they score! Albrecht picks the top corner, and a power play goal for Orono. So the answer to that question is, it went better than their last one, and it's now 4-2.
Good for Lauren Albrecht, just an absolute snipe, a beautiful setup. They really got that puck moving around. You'll see here on the replay a beautiful pass all the way across the ice, right on her tape. Top shelf, bar down.
That was pretty, and Christian set it up. So there's 1 assist, and it's now 4-2 with 5:25 to go in the second period.
She's an 8th grader, made that pass. Beautiful play.
Well, that's good awareness. Certainly, that backdoor pass is there, and there was so much time. Albrecht had a chance to get that puck to sit before shooting. And played into the zone. So that's the only assist is Christian, and now picked up on the far side, and Orono will play to center, but Hardwick there to turn it back and shoots it in. 4-2, 4:58 to go in the second period. And we'll see, can momentum shift to Orono? And if it does and they get another goal, we might have ourselves an interesting finish here as it's shot in by Sydney Anderson, but it's offside. So we get a face-off with 4:45 left.
Yeah, I feel like the energy's definitely changed for the Spartans. Pull the goaltender out, maybe fire him up a little bit.
Face off at center ice. And now here's Brecky over the line for Warroad. Centers it and loose in the slot. Finally picked up by Orono. And they go to the far side for Peck. And played in. Peck can't get by Brecky though. Feeds it to the wall. And there's Christian again. Now a cross-ice pass. And it's picked up and carried out by Lawrenson. Over the Orono line, Lawrenson going in, takes the shot. Save made by Anderson, and we'll get a face-off. And there's a play that the 8th grader will probably get a word for on the bench as far as making that pass with her head down.
Correct. A good save by Davy there. You know, put in kind of a tough situation, coming in relief. She's made some good saves already.
Last time I checked, it was a team game, right? So
yes.
Played around to the near side. Warriors in possession and in the offensive zone, but now they try to cycle out and drop to the right point. And it's Marcoka playing it down to the circle for Anthony. Back to Marcoka, back to Anthony, and they play catch with it. And Marcoka takes the shot, goes off the goaltender's glove and wide to the near side. And now players from both teams in, and it comes up the slot, picked up by Albrecht. And they start back. Albrecht over the line, and probably a stride offside, but they let it go into the near corner. And finally picked up by Heron for Warroad and French. To center ice, Anthony. And Anthony can't get in. It's turned back by Felton. And then Orono changes players, so Warroad has a chance to come out the near side. A pass to center ice, tipped ahead by French right to the blue line. And now French plays it in with the body, and it's offside as Anthony too slow getting out of the zone, so we'll face off at neutral ice. 3:11 left.
Now the game is kind of settled down again, right? Like, just that's exactly what Warroad wants. They don't need it. They don't need to let Orono get loose and get too comfortable in their zone. It seems like it's a nice back and forth pace in the game right now. Obviously, we're in next goal important mode, right?
Absolutely. As the puck winds up going out of play, we'll get another face-off. You know, this is interesting as I'm just looking through here. Only one game this season where Warroad's allowed more than 2 goals.
Wow.
And
I was at one of them. There's only one?
Well, near as I can
I
tell.
can tell you where it was. It was in Victoria Rec Center.
Yep.
They lost to Holy Family 4-3.
Yes, they did. Your memory is perfect as the puck is shot the length of the ice for icing against Orono, but I'm going through and I can't see one.
I believe you.
I mean, I might. Their last loss was against Bemidji, and that was 2-0. So,
correct.
So no, they've only allowed more than 2 goals once.
You have the best goalie in the state.
Doesn't
if
hurt.
Not top 3 for sure. She's committed to the Gophers. That's impressive.
And now in the high slot, here's a shot. Oh, and a shot changed direction through traffic, and Anderson makes the save. Initial shot taken by Reagan Haley, but wound up underneath the goaltender's glove. We get a face-off with 2.5 minutes now to go in the second period. And again, and that popped out of the glove in the shot from Haley, and it winds up along the boards, tipped to the right point. Johnson holds the zone and is played down deep. Rauch after it for Orono behind the net, and now feeds to the far side and finally out to center ice. Haley fanned on a D-to-D pass, gets it back, and now carries it over the line, and there's a shot and a glove stop there by Anderson. What do we got coming up for the second intermission?
It's hard to say. We don't know. We think we're going to have Taylor Reese from Warroad between periods to do the interview. I've heard, I don't know, thank goodness she's not making her way into my TikTok stream, but I've been told by the staff that Taylor's quite the TikToker. So
is that so?
That would be great because Olivia King is quite the TikToker. She makes it into my stream. It'll be a battle of the TikTokers here in just a few minutes between periods.
I look at TikTok and I go, do I really want to? And then I figure, well, I'm 60.
You want to make one or watch one?
Make one. I thought, that will be a little bit weird. Centering pass and a shot by French, stopped by Anderson. And another shot from the wingboards by Marcoka, and that one is stopped.
The only times I'm making TikToks is when I'm the dumb dad. What do we got here? They play
They
on.
did
They
not
didn't blow a whistle.
They didn't
Sorry
blow
about
the
that.
whistle. No, that's okay. I thought they had, and it turns out they had not. So Anthony.
Yeah, I thought I heard a whistle.
Well, I get to our age, you start hearing things.
Right, right.
And here's Regan.
So I play the dumb dad in my daughter's TikToks. When they need, hey, we need a dumb dad. Can you come play the role of dumb dad? I'm like, yeah, I can do that. No problem.
Here's a shot right on a rebound, and it's pushed wide by French in front of the goal.
Got a
Penalty coming
up.
And when it's touched,
Hang
now
on.
the cross
My
check.
guess is if there's going to be a penalty in front of the net, it's going to be on the defender. They were both going at it. French and Sophie Anderson were going at it. Sophie got caught because I guarantee that if there's action in front of the net, one of the most physical, aggressive players out there is going to be Jaylee French for Warroad.
Power play Warroad, they're second.
We have a goalie equipment issue. Davey Anderson's equipment and Brio Halverson, she's a play equipment manager as well as right defenseman.
That is a jack of all trades. Power play number 2 for Warroad. Face-off coming up to the left of the goal. 1:05 to go in period 2. Barring a goal, there'd be carryover into the third.
Lucy Rout gets tossed out of the face-off circle.
And cleared out to center. Last minute of play is French. Tops it, and here comes Orono back. Rauch had to circle back and then was in among the tall trees, lost it. And here comes Anthony over the line for Warroad. Leaves a drop pass. Kalbrenner now to the right point. Marcoca with it, and over to the far side. French. Here's Marcoca shooting and not getting it through the traffic. Anthony plays it back to Marcoca. 28 seconds to go in the period. And in the high slot again, Marcoca flattens and fires. It's deflected wide, and French will pick it up. Back to Marcoca. Good movement here. 18 seconds to go in the power play. Shot on goal. Save Anderson. And now French plays it around behind the net for Kalbrenner. Near circle. Anthony. High slot. There's Marcoca shooting, and that's over the top. The rebound picked up low by French. 3 seconds to go in the period, and up the slot. Here's a shot right at the buzzer, and a save made by Anderson. And so far, Orono has held off Warroad in this power play. Now we have one team shots on the board, which was better than we were doing.
18. That's better.
Unless that was a mistake for the penalty number.
Who knows? Yeah, it might be. Who knows? The mystery of what's going to happen between the interview here now is going to be, we're watching. We're going to find interview. It looks like we're going to have Taylor Reese downstairs with Olivia King, but we she'll have to take her helmet off probably.
That would help.
It would help. She's the last player to come off the ice. She's doing handshakes as captain of the team. We'll see if this works here. Yeah, it looks like it's going to happen. TikToker versus TikToker right here. Who is going to be better on camera, Taylor Reese or Olivia Kristen King? They're going to go on the bench, and Taylor's a gamer. You can see it on the ice. You can see it off the ice as well. We'll go downstairs with Greg Tinty, Taylor, and Olivia King with their interview right
now.
Not now.
Olivia King here with Taylor Reese of the Warroad Warriors after the second period in a 4-2 game. Taylor, you have scored 2 goals in this contest so far. What gives you the confidence to just keep going out there?
Definitely my teammates and my line mates, just keeping each other positive and going hard.
Talk to me a little bit more about your line mates.
They're awesome. I have a centerman that can win really good draws and a right winger that can get me the puck on a stretch pass. So
we heard you communicating out there. Talk to me a little bit more about why it's important to communicate and to be vocal on the ice.
Sometimes your teammates don't always hear a little sick tap, and sometimes you just gotta yell for the puck and make sure they can hear you.
Well, they could definitely hear you out there tonight. Thank you so much, Taylor. We'll be back here with a word from our sponsors.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk, about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
Matzo pizzas are made in the heart of America's dairyland, Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Every brewpub pizza is made with the highest quality meat and veggie toppings. Then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Snag a slice of brewpub pizza at the concession stand or enjoy a whole pizza conveniently located in the frozen pizza section of your local grocery store. Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizzas, the ingredients for a great...
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
Welcome back to the Crow's Nest, folks. Between periods 2 and 3 here at the Sanford Center in Bemidji, Minnesota, Warroad with a 4-2 lead over Orono. Tony, what'd you see? Fill me in.
Well, it was that both teams traded goals, right? So you had that feeling the game was getting away from the Orono team there with the big goal by Reese earlier in the period. But Lauren Albrecht, I think she's been the best player both sides of the ice today. She's been aggressive, she's been smart, she's been fast, she's been everything. She's been the alpha and omega so far for the Spartans. Can she keep it going in the third period, Peter? That's the big question.
Reese scores 1 in the second, her second of the game, and Albrecht scores a beauty from below the dots on the power play to have the Warroad lead at 4-2. Tony, can you walk me through Lauren Albrecht's goal? I was down in the corner, but I want to know what you saw up top.
Well, Sydney Christian sauced one halfway across the ice from one side of the boards to the other. I mean, no offense to Lauren, she had all day. That pass literally caught everyone off guard, including Peyton Rowley, and she had over the shoulder about 3-4 inches on both sides and just put that puck in there nice and easy. It was a beautiful goal, beautiful celly too. 10 out of 10 for you, Lauren, on that one.
Now, it looks like Orono has a new goaltender between the pipes. When did they switch?
I think it was at the 8:30 mark when teams had the TV timeout.
Okay, and considering when the goalie switch was made, this could have been something that was already in the works. You're going to play half, and you're going to play half.
If it came 8:30, that was perfect timing for Coach Anatenko.
Very good timing. You can hear the cheers on the Orono bench cheering for Evelyn Antonenko and for Daviana Anderson. The girls on the bench seem to be really supportive of these young netminders getting their first taste of varsity action.
It's been great for them, and they're playing on TV. They're playing against a great opponent, and I thought both goaltenders have done great. The one slip up by Evelyn, but you know, everyone's made a slip up in their life, right, Peter?
Everyone's made a slip up in their life. Everyone's made a slip up in their life. Warroad, more of the same from the first period.
I just hope mine isn't today. You know what I mean?
I think you've already had yours today.
I have. I've had a couple, yes.
Warroad, more of the same from the first period. They attack. They get another goal. They're going to need as many as they can get against Orono.
What is the shots on goal?
Right now I know the saves. I know the saves.
What
the saves are
saves?
23-11. Orono has more saves.
More saves.
I was waiting for shots on goal. We got saves.
So shots on goal will be 27-13. Does that sound
no
right?
slip-ups there. Wow.
Yes, 27-13. So they've doubled them up on shots. They've doubled up on goals. Let's see if I've been saying next goal wins, because I think if Orono can get that next goal, it's going to really pump this team up, considering without their top goaltender and one of their top players, Alex Christian, I think this team is going to find and dig down and find a lot about themselves so they can score this next goal.
All right, no disagreements here. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors with a look ahead to the third period and a few more keys for each team.
They'll tell you If you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
Matzo pizzas are made in the heart of America's dairyland, Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Every brew pub pizza is made with the highest quality meat and veggie toppings. Then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Snag a slice of brew pub pizza at the concession stand or enjoy a whole pizza conveniently located in the frozen pizza section of your local grocery store. Brewpub, lots of pizzas, the ingredients for a great...
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
Hello again, everyone. Just a few more minutes until we get to the third period, which means we're going to test Mr. Tony Scott's analysis muscle here. Are you ready to go, Tony?
I love it. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to throw a couple of numbers at you here. In the second period of games, Orono has outscored opponents 22-19. They're +3 in the second period.
Right.
What do you think they'll be able to do in the third period where they're +5, a little bit better than the second?
The one game I saw them play, they were the better team in the third period. I expect them to be the better team in this period as well. They're hungry, right? They want to win. They don't want to be embarrassed. I have a feeling they're going to be the hungry team in this third period.
I am also hungry. I'm looking forward to a hot dog whenever we wrap up the
Will
intermission.
we get a break? Will we get a break?
Oh,
our boss down here, Justin Moss, the boss, is saying you don't get food until it's all over.
Our senior executive producer and vice president of content.
Keep working.
Now, as for Warroad, the Warriors have outscored opponents 23-3 in the third period. It's the Warriors' best defensive period, and Orono has 55 seconds left of a penalty to kill. What does Warroad have to do to maintain that edge the way they've been outscoring teams in the third?
My take on Warroad is they have a system. They've built a system. They have the players to fulfill the system. Stick to it. Hand on plow. Keep doing the same things. Just don't give up a shorty. I mean, that is the best advice I would give them. Don't, they were basically a shooting gallery down here with Vivian Markauka at the end of that period. If they can get that set up, that was what I would do. But if not, I would contemplate going with a two defender. With a 2-goal lead in the third period, I want two defenders back on the power play.
Now, this might be a little bit of a deep question before we get to 3 o'clock here in the afternoon. But
I like it.
The way Warroad shoots from the point, sometimes I feel they rely too heavily on the slap shot, which takes longer and is less accurate than a simple wrist shot or a snap shot. Would you agree?
I grew up taking slap shots, so I'm the slap shot king. I was a very big slap shot guy, but that's how I could put something on it. The wrist shot without the bendy stick. But once that bendy stick came out, 10, 20 years ago, holy smokes, what an advantage. You don't need a slap shot is what I'm trying to say. They're way more accurate. You can do way more with a stick and with a puck than back in my day. The slap shot is where we could put power, we could power it past the goaltender. You could shoot it just as hard, in my opinion, with the wrist shot.
All right, let's play a hypothetical game, too. If the score stays as status quo, a 4-2 loss for Orono, what do the Spartans take away from this game?
That's a great question.
If the score stays the same.
I think they found another piece to their puzzle. Lauren Albrecht is definitely gaining a lot of confidence from just in this one game here today. And I think you get, and same with Sydney Christian. They're getting a lot of confidence. They're playing against the state's best team, and they're skating with them. They're playing with them. One little slip up by the goaltender in the first period, this would be a 1-goal game. So I think they're getting a lot out of this. It's been a good lesson for them. And they get Alex Christian back in a couple weeks. This is a team that section is crazy. Section 5 is crazy. A lot of good hockey teams in that one. But I think this is as good of any of them that we're going to see this year.
Lauren Albrecht with her goal and assist today. She officially reaches the 20-point mark, giving the Spartans 2 players with 20 or more points. I'll tell you something, Tony. I'd like to see a little more out of leading scorer Gabby Lopez in this period.
I would too. I mean, we talked about it. Gabby and Lauren are cousins to some degree. I don't know if it's first cousins or second cousins. And I was like, there was the Marsha, Gabby. You know, like they finally, this is the time. This is Lauren's game. I think this is going to be her bust-out game here today. I'm happy for Lauren. Nice kid. She came to our Gopher camp a couple years ago. Was a great camper with us, and I'm excited to see her success here today.
All right, same question for Warroad. If everything stays the same after the third period, where does Warroad go from here?
Warroad is number one. I mean, they're number one for a reason. And I think where they're going from here is they're on to the next game. One game at a time, one section at a time, one state high school playoff game at a time. I think they're a one game at a time crew. Well, whoever's next on their schedule is their next victim.
I would 100% agree with that. The Warriors look to be really hitting their stride. It's 4-2 Warroad, leading Orono. 1 period to go. The Warriors will start with a 55-second power play. Thanks for joining us at the second intermission. We'll be back with the third period after a word from our sponsors.
The primary cause of snowblower injuries is trying to get the snow and ice unjammed when the snowblower gets clogged.
Where people get into trouble is they shut it off, they think that it's safe now to put their hand in the chute, and then inevitably the fan blades that shoot the snow out are what cause all the injuries.
Snow and ice is going to clog up the snowblower, but the simplest way to clear that is with a stick.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything,
Back
whenever
at
and
Sanford
wherever.
Center in Bemidji,
Luther
third period underway. And Warroad with a 4-2 lead over Orono. Jeff Pappas, Tony Scott with you as the third period gets underway. Logan and Albrecht for Orono, Reese, Anthony, Frank for the Warroad Warriors, 16-3, and they have possession as they bring it over the line. This is Anthony with it. Drop pass to Reese is played on out to center ice, and Jaylee French in control for Warroad, which I suppose you're used to hearing me say over the years, has played into the Orono zone, and Sydney Christian, 12 points on the season, including 5 goals for the 8th grader.
I know from running our Team Minnesota program, Sydney has played a lot of summer hockey over the last few summers with Ellie Hardwick from Warroad. So a little reunion for those two 8th graders playing a little varsity hockey now.
Penalty on Orono's Anderson is over, and now here comes Orono in, a shot, and that goes off the glove of Raleigh from Lopez. And now winds up to the far side, and Warroad trying to pick their way out. Lawrenson, and the puck does come out to center. Sydney Anderson turns it back in. Now the pass will go the length, and that will be icing on Warroad with 1:24 gone in the third.
We were I was at the Holy Family Warroad game earlier. I think it was in November this year, and you talked about the number of goals. And we had the Wisconsin goaltender from Holy Family, Kayla Swarthout, committed to Wisconsin, and then Peyton Rowley committed to Minnesota, playing in the same game. And in one period, there was like 5 goals scored. And I was like, wait, these are the 2 best goalies in the state, and they're like sieves out there. They were not literally, they were,
no.
The quality of play was unbelievable. There were no bad goals. But it was just that's why I know that the number was north of 2, because I was at the game.
Who's going to UMD?
Who's going to UMD? Well, is that a trick question?
There's a goal. It's off the blocker pad of Raleigh and into the net. And it's 4-3 after a minute 52 of the third period.
Usi Rauk, the captain, took a shot, took a funny hop, and got past. Raleigh had no idea where this puck was. This shot gets deflected. Yes! It got deflected off of Lorenzen, I believe, stick, and it just popped in the air. Raleigh had no idea where it was, and it got over her shoulder into the net.
Did that go off Lopez?
No, I think it went off of Lorenzen's
so?
stick.
Okay.
Well, you know, she did the proverbial stick the stick out, and it ski jumped right off her stick, and now we got ourselves a game.
We sure do. 4-3, and Orono has come back from a poor ending to the first period from their point of view. And now they're within 1 with 14:48 to play. Long pass to center. Let's get the announcement here. And it is Rauk. Lopez and Peck get assists on the goal at the 1:52 mark, and now we got a game. Spartans trail by only 1 as the play is in their zone, just inside the blue line. Kalbrenner tried to play it, and now it comes back out to center. Now played ahead, and here's Sophie Anderson, 2-on-1 low, going in. It ran off the stick, a centering pass, and Raleigh's able to get the blocker pad down and make the play there. Now here is Reese down the near wing. Taylor Reese takes the shot. That one's blocked. It goes behind the net. Regan after it. And off to the boards it goes. Players from both teams in. Sophie Anderson in now, but the puck won by Warroad to the near side. Here's Hardwick. And a shot right on, and Davey Anderson makes the save. 3 minutes and 20 seconds gone in the third period, and Orono climbing back into it.
So, remember the first half of the first period where Warroad was settling for perimeter shots?
Yes.
I feel like we're getting back into that safety zone for Warroad. They need to get out of that safety zone and get back in and getting the puck in deep and inside the cookie jar.
Rauk behind the net, plays off to the near side for Peck. Now to the left point, and holding it in there is Hardwick, and it comes down the wall. Here's Emmy Hardwick. Emmy and Ellie, of course, I should have made that clear. Now played to the boards on the far side, and here's Lopez trying to turn and then plays to an open wing. It comes out to center ice. Ellie Hardwick shooting it in.
You were asking for a bulldog, right?
Yes, I was.
So Ellie and Emmy's dad, Jay,
yep,
is former bulldog. There
yes,
you go.
He is.
There you go. Did I satisfy did I quench your bulldog
Well,
thirst?
you might have, but it's just every time I turn around, it's Minnesota or Wisconsin or whatever, and I'm just staying true to my school.
There you go. There you go.
And I'll play
your
back.
school, I believe you're a graduate of the University of Minnesota. I just checked your degrees in your briefcase here, and I see a U of M Twin Cities. U of M Twin Cities degree. I don't see a bulldog one, do I?
If you get a degree from UMD, it says University of Minnesota.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. Over the course of time, you get attached to one athletic program by virtue of working there for 25 years. Now, meanwhile, back at the ranch, it's behind the net, and Orono trying to center through Sween, and that winds up off to the near corner. Marcoka after it, and now it's going to be picked up in the high slot.
Penalty coming on the Warriors.
Regan shoots, follow-up, save made, and now controlled by Lawrenson, and now the penalty will be called. We have a hooking infraction coming here at 5 minutes and 5 seconds.
I just talked to Crown Trophy. They've dropped off the plaque. Orono will get a plaque for scoring more than 2 goals on Warroad today. Congratulations. I'll hand the plaque off to Mr. Anstenko after the game.
You are inspired. And it is Anthony
amazing.
getting the penalty for hooking at 5 minutes and 5 seconds. Third power play for Orono. They're trying to get the game tied up as it shot the length of the ice. Long carom, it's going to be one, and a shot, they score! It's their third shorthanded goal of the game, and it's Taylor Reese. And a hat trick for the captain. As you look at the replay, the mistake here is not coming out to play the puck.
2 shorthanded goals from 10 feet out, right in the cookie jar for Taylor Reese today. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I said to Peter during the break, I said, hey, you should decline the penalty.
No, that's cold.
They need to decline the penalty from here on out.
4 shorthanded goals in this game, 3 by Warroad, and they have their 2-goal lead back. See if they give an assist there. And French gets the assist, and Warroad has taken back the momentum now as Orono brings the puck through center ice. Sophie Anderson has it there, leaves a drop pass. Here's Albrecht closing, throwing it across, and a shot off Lopez's stick, saved by Raleigh off to the corner. And we're now Orono again. Lopez throws it in front, and it's intercepted, carried out by Marcoka. Now here is Warroad back over the line. And Marcoka takes the shot, scores! Another shorthanded goal. For the second time today, Warroad scores twice on a single penalty kill, and it's now 6-3.
I guess I'm speechless. I don't think I've ever seen that before. In a game of 2 ranked teams,
yeah,
2 shorthanded goals twice in a shift. It's unbelievable.
Well, 5th shorthanded goal in the game of 9 scored. Unassisted goal at 6:06, and now Orono tries to pick up the pieces on this power play as it's shot ahead by Regan, and it comes into the zone and back behind the net. Filing has it for Warroad, plays up the near side for Taylor Reese, and finally out to center. We have a penalty coming. A high stick.
That's going to be on Logan.
So there goes the power play. Logan going for high sticking.
21 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey here.
6:45 the time. Behind the goal for Orono, pass to the left side, and it's played on. Their performance, while shorthanded today, has been remarkable. And over the line, Lawrenson, as Anthony standing in the penalty box and is now out. Warroad has a power play for 1 minute and 38 seconds. They are 0 for 2 so far. Now a shot from the wing boards is deflected from Filing, and it might have caught a piece of the goalpost there. Now a centering pass, that comes around to the near side. And Filing again at the hash marks. Now plays it down. And off to the near side for Lawrenson. High on the slot, Marcoka has it. That's Michaela Lee. Now up the slot, it's picked up and cleared by Orono all the way down the ice. A minute to go in the Warroad power play, 9:17 to go in the third period, and they took all the fun out of it for Orono with 2 shorthanded goals, 2 more shorthanded goals as they come in offside. Logan, Reese, Marcoca scoring shorthanded goals for Warroad today. Ever seen anybody score a shorthanded hat trick?
She didn't do that though, did she?
No, she's got 2 shorthanded. Just asking.
I have a good hat trick. I have a good story about shorthanded though. Next break, you'll love it.
Okay.
It has to do with a first-round draft pick who's playing in the NHL right now.
And here's Kalkbrenner coming in, shooting right on, Kalkbrenner rather, and now it's behind the net and finally under the glove, and now we'll get a little shove there from Brielle Halverson.
There's 2 families in Fargo, the Kalkbrenners and the Kalkbrenners, so you're not far off there.
No, I'm not.
So I had a chance to coach Isaac Howard, Jimmy Snuggerud, Charlie Stramo, a bunch of kids for a couple of summers, and Isaac Howard scored 3 goals, 3 on 5 in the final minute of a game where we were losing by 2 goals. It's still one of the most astounding things I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen little boys cry as hard as that.
Wow.
We were losing 5-3 and went down 5 on 3, and Isaac scored 3 goals on the same shorthanded, and we won 6-5.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
As now Logan comes on, Orono's at full strength, and Logan looking for a pass out of the penalty box, can't connect, and it'll be icing.
Good play, though. Really heads-up play by both players.
8:06 to go now, and 6-3 the score. And we're going to take a timeout here from the Sanford Center. Warroad leading it by 3 here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
I think pain that moves around, that's migratory, like, gosh, I was sore here for a couple days and now I'm sore here for a couple days. Like, migratory pain seems to be less concerning and less serious. Something that's persistent, pain that lasts more than 2 weeks, pain that seems to be resistant to other things like ice, rest, that's concerning, and anything that makes you limp is not okay. There's something wrong if you're limping. If you can't bear your own body weight on your legs, something's not right.
Timeout breaks up as you look at Warroad coming back to the face-off circle to restart play, leading it 6-3 with 8 minutes and 6 seconds to go. One more game coming up after this one. It's going to be another clash of top 10 teams as Hill Murray, number 3, takes on Bemidji, number 9. And we'll have that one for you here on Youth Hockey Hub as well as the puck comes out to center from the face-off. And then played back in, Christian chasing it behind the goal for Orono. Is there a rule that says a Christian must wear number 23?
I like that.
Now here's a chance in front, and the puck goes wide off the stick of Brecky, who circles back up the slot. Haley, and that shot doesn't get through either. And now Orono will pick it up and play out to center ice, and racing after it is Albrecht, who falls, trying to play it past the defender, Reagan Haley, behind the net for Warroad. Of course, I refer to Dave Christian there.
Yes, I caught that. But Brock Nelson, Dave's nephew, who was just named the Olympic team, does not wear 23, and that's his grandpa was Billy Christian.
What number did he wear?
Brock wears 29.
Well, Brock wears 29.
Yeah, and Brock's brother Blake is the guy down far right over there on the bench there. That's
I meant Bill
Brock's
Christian.
brother.
What number did he wear?
Ooh, I don't know. I'll have to ask the great-grandson. I'll ask Blake here between games.
I'm curious.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Ordinarily, I would know that, honestly. And that sounds odd, but I probably would be the type of person that would know that, but I don't here. So
yeah, you don't see a lot of footage, though, of those 50s and 60s players.
Now, loose along the boards on the near side. Less than 7 minutes to go now as Anthony tries to hold it on the line and can't. Now Orono will pick it up, and then it's tipped back by Heron into the zone. Played past Lillian Peck down the near wing. Warroad now with a 3-goal advantage. They can be choosy. It's tipped on in by French, and going back for it in the right corner is Halverson. Plays it back behind the net, and Anthony looks to center it, and Warroad with 2 players behind the net.
Halverson broke her stick and just dropped it and left the ice.
And it's underneath the goaltender. We're going to get a stoppage and a face-off with 6:26 to go.
That's a decision Brielle's got to make. Well, okay, do I get off the ice and get someone else out here? The puck's deep in our zone, and it created a scoring opportunity for Warroad.
What's your preference as the coach? What do you want to see him do?
In that situation, I'd want to stay on the ice. But hindsight's 20/20 easily.
Sure, well, of course it is. But I mean, it's
at least 20/30. You know.
Yeah. Out to center, and Marcoka has it. She has a goal tonight, and now or today is it shot into the zone. We got a whistle.
Yeah, Hardwick's like, why'd you blow that dead? That should have been delayed offsides. It's never the wrong call to call offsides if it's delayed or not delayed. Especially when the puck's dropped in the neutral zone. It's not like anyone gained a great advantage.
Banked out to center. And that is Ellie Hardwick going after it. Now, finally, the puck is won by Sween, and Orono will start up again, trying to become the only team to score 4 goals on Warroad this season, as here's Reese back over the line. Reese throws it in front, and it goes off traffic to the circle. And it's Stella Bengtson playing it out to center ice now. Marcoka has it and turns and plays it back in.
Ooh.
And a tough bounce there, and Anderson made a stop. That was harder than it looked, I'm sure.
Way harder.
And now Regan to the near side, and Bengtson, as that puck starts bouncing, it can go anywhere. And Orono changing as the puck comes back into their zone. It's over 5 minutes to go, and it's played on out to center ice as Ellie Hardwick takes a swing and a miss. Now it winds up loose at center, and here comes Warroad on the near side. Brecky is felled by the ice monster, and the puck comes out to center ice. And now controlled in the center circle. Brecky plays it ahead, and that's going to be picked up and carried in by Lawrenson, and then Lawrenson's knocked down from behind. That'll be a penalty. And with 4:56 to go, Warroad will go back on the power play for the 4th time.
So this is where that checking in women's / girls hockey, not checking it like in boys hockey, that's a perfectly legal play there by Anderson. And you have to call that in girls / women's hockey, that play there on Anderson. She gained a tremendous advantage by knocking her to the ice.
The penalty was not for body checking, though. So that's
cross-checking.
It's a cross-check, so
whatever.
I mean,
some form of checking.
And a post-to-post there. Anderson trying to get across to block the shot by Anthony. It's in the circle now. And here is Kalbrenner coming around behind the net, circumnavigating the defense. Now Marcoka takes the shot. That's off the traffic to the near side for French with 4.5 minutes to go. French plays it across for Taylor Reese. Back to Marcoka. Back for Reese. And now Warroad just patient. They don't need to do anything with it here, but that's not like them to not do anything with it as Marcoka plays it off to the far side. Now Anthony down for Reese. Here's Marcoka with a one-timer, and that is blocked by the defense. We're going to get a face-off as Lucy Rauch got in the way of it.
Good block by Rauch on that one. Marcoka just sits at the top of that umbrella, and she makes decisions like, okay, I'm shooting or I'm passing to the hash. And I would like to see her walk that puck in a little bit more to make the defense make more decisions, because it's easier when it's easier on the defense, the less they have to move.
And a shot deflected off the stick of Lee and wide. And I suppose if you're able to penetrate there, it makes your decision easier as the shooter, too, when you watch what the defense does. And now cleared over to the far side. Here is Filing with it. Now a shot off the glove from Emmy Hardwick, and now it winds up cleared around to the right side and out. 35 seconds to go in the power play.
Emmy's committed to Post University to play her hockey next year. Division I out east school.
And now controlled at center. Here is Filing backing into the zone and going across to the far side. 19 seconds to go in the penalty as Warroad reloads for one more try. Haley plays it into the zone and chases after it. Standing in the penalty box, Sophie Anderson with 8 seconds to go in the penalty. And Orono trying to get it cleared. Now Emmy Hardwick has it along the boards, drops it, and here's Marcoka shooting, and a glove catch by Anderson as Sophie Anderson steps on. There's 4 Andersons, Sophie, Sydney, Davy, and Vivian on this Orono team.
I know that Davy and Vivian are sisters. I can't speak for the other two. I wish I knew that. I'm sorry. I'll be better.
So will I. As the puck goes around to the far side, I have a lower bar to reach than you there, but it's picked up and played around.
Lower bar, I like that. I like that.
Lang after it for Orono on the far side, now plays it ahead for Lopez, and they'll break out 2 against 3. Lopez will run it on into the zone and try to get past 2 defenders, gets past Marcoka, but not the other defender, as Orono will pick the puck up with 2 minutes and 24 seconds to go. And now here is Peck looking to center it, comes up the slot, and a layoff there towards the left point, and a floater that heads towards the net, wide from Lang. Now Orono trying to put on a little added pressure here as Lucy Rauch picks the puck up, drops it to the left point. Lang plays it back down, and behind the goal, Lopez trying to play it through, and it's intercepted by Anthony. Warroad out to center ice, and here comes French. And a good poke check there by Halverson with a long stick, and it's offside. We're going to face off with 1:50 to go.
It's fun to watch these girls progress in their careers, watching them play at the youth age and then move their stuff all the way up into the high school levels. So many good players making so many good plays. It's just fun to watch them progress.
Here's Christian from the face-off, double team, banks it off the wall to the near side, and Albrecht controls it. At center with less than 2 minutes to go, played into the Warroad zone. Logan after it with a goal today. Now it's Albrecht picking one up and then taking a shot, and Rowley dragged the pad to the right and made the save. Now comes down the wing, and here comes Emmy Hardwick. And breaking is Reese, and they can't get the puck to her. Now cleared up the wing, and here's Albrecht with 1:20 to go. Working to her left, flips it ahead and heads for the bench on a change. Now back comes Emmy Hardwick over the line. Hardwick to the circle, closing, shooting, and a save made by Anderson. The puck picked up and cleared by Peck, but not out. And now it's loose in front of the goal. Now Sophie Anderson plays it off the boards to the far side for Lopez to center ice as we hit the last minute of this game, and Peck will carry over the line for Orono. And then Peck got by the defender. Now comes along the goal line. Sharp angled shot and a glove catch made by Rowley. And we'll get a face off with 51.9 seconds to play.
Yeah, Lily Peck with a really nice move around the defender there. And then she tried to score short side from behind the goal line. I watched her play against Benilde. She tried a few of those shots in that game as well.
Low percentage, but boy, pretty when they work. Think of Avi Kazergod scoring one of those Kaprizov swipes. Now here comes Warroad back in, a centering pass and a save made before it could get to Lawrenson by Davy Anderson. And now in the circle, a shot and another save by Anderson through traffic against Lawrenson with 32 seconds to go.
Lawrenson shot that between the defender's legs.
She did. Yes, I wonder if we'll see that on replay.
The look
Justin
on
saying,
replay, guys,
are
face.
you out of your mind? That's the look that I got there.
You just stay over there and work, and I'll tell you when you're going to work. That's the look he gives you. He's not nice. He's not
But you
nice.
know what? When he says that, people like me listen.
I know.
I'll tell you that.
Know.
Now picked up and in the zone. Brecky tries to drop, and it's picked up with 20 seconds to go. And here's a chance down the wing. Albrecht over the line. Tried to step to the middle. And
tried that move from earlier, right?
Yep.
Same move.
And this time, finally was able to stop it. It comes in front of the net and cleared to the near side with less than 10 seconds to go. And Warroad is going to improve to 17-3 as a shot goes off the paddle of Anderson sticking up against the glass as the buzzer goes, and the game is over. And our final score is Warroad 6 and Orono 3. 4 shorthanded goals today for
including
Warroad.
the hat trick skater, Taylor Reese. I think Taylor Reese, she's obviously our player of the game today.
Yes.
With a nice honorable mention to Lauren Albrecht from Orono. I got to just throw that out there. But I think Olivia King is going to do another interview with Taylor Reese.
So you could say before we were so rudely interrupted.
Yes, exactly. We are
third
here
period.
to interview Taylor Reese in just a second after the handshake. I think that's who she's going to interview. The minute I told Olivia that she was a big TikToker, her eyes lit up like saucers, like, oh, I got questions.
Olivia King here with player of the game, Taylor Reese of the Warroad Warriors after a 6-3 victory over Orono. Taylor, walk me through that last goal of your hat trick tonight.
It was on a forecheck. We've been working on those big this week at practice. I knew the pass was hard enough that it was going to bounce off the boards, and the goalie didn't get it right away, so I just went in and took a slap shot, and it went in.
Nice. Well, how is it playing for Izzy Marvin and just being a part of such a historic Warroad program?
Yeah, we have a great coaching staff, and obviously it's just something very cool to be a part of.
Definitely. Well, good luck in the second half of the season. We have playoffs coming up here. Yes. How are you going to use this momentum to just roll into the next few months?
Yeah, we got to have confidence, compete, and have good composure with the puck, and we should come out on top.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much. We'll be back with a word from our sponsors. Thank you.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
Ultimate detail.
guys go back to the second period break because we that break right.
The Lord
has better things to
summary for you. Taylor Reese with a hat trick for Warroad. Single goals coming from Olivia Anthony, Jaylee French, and Vivian Markelka. For Orono, Lily Logan, Lauren Albrecht, and Lucy Rauch gets that third one for the Spartans.
I think both teams have a lot of saw a lot of progress in their teams. I saw both these teams a week ago. I feel like I saw two better hockey teams than they had a week ago.
And I think you're totally right. We were talking a little bit in the car about Warroad and how many times these girls have done this. I mean, they've played through the regular season. They've played through the section playoffs. They've played at the state tournament, trying to recapture that adrenaline, that high of playing at a state tournament. They were super engaged today against a top 10 opponent.
I talked about this with Jeff during the broadcast. The green seats, the empty green seats, the echoes out the boards, kind of a more empty building like the XL Energy Center or the Grand Casino. It has that kind of state tournament feel. They had to build the energy themselves, and hats off to Warroad. They definitely built their own energy today.
Now, Warroad 6, Orono 3, and we will be right back here at the Sanford Center in Bemidji after a word from our sponsors.
Hey, how's it going? Great. You here to pick up my truck? Yes, sir. Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do? Not really. Will you buy any car? Yeah. Even that one? Even that one. Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
Brewpub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a ½ pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brewpub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
Stress fractures in the foot, generally the pain is on the top of the foot. There may or may not be much in the way of swelling, but there's usually tenderness, meaning that if you push on the area, it is sore to touch. So if you've had a change in activity, been doing a little bit more and developed pain that hurts when you walk or certainly hurts more when you try to run on it, that's concerning for a stress fracture. Sometimes those can be seen on x-ray, sometimes it requires an MRI to decide whether or not there is a stress fracture there.
Kids grow up wanting to play hockey for their hometown. Entire communities support and cheer for the home team. Here in Minnesota, hockey and home are interconnected. If you're looking for a home builder that shares your passion for hockey, look no further than the official home partner of the Minnesota Wild, Custom One. Visit CustomOneMN.com to learn more. Custom One, home comes first.